What's going on, guys? Mike Strauss, senior editor, sportsgamersonline.com, here with some tips on how to break out of submissions in UFC 3. Now, if you didn't know, the submission game is still the same 4-quadrant based mode from UFC 2. So if you consider yourself an expert in UFC 2's submission escape, you should have no issue with UFC 3. That being said, there are many of you that might still have some issues breaking out of your opponent's submission attempts, and that's where we come in here. Now, as I said, there are 4 quadrants you want to attack. And early on, you're going to want to attack all 4 of them going in order to give yourself the best chance and more options when it comes to breaking out. Now you can see here, you're going to go right after as many as possible. Here I was able to get a few further on than I thought I would, but halfway through. But when you go, as they move forward in their attack, it's going to reset a little. So the further you can get in attacking all the quadrants, the better off. We keep moving. You can see he blocks, moves to the next stage, knocks him down, but I'm able to make some distance, knocks it down again, but I keep going. As you get to stage 3 and 4, that's when you're really going to want to pick where you decide to go. Sometimes the bottom's going to be open, sometimes the top and bottom. In this case, it's the right and the top. But once you pick what you're going to attack, you want to try and convince your opponent that you're going somewhere else and then quickly go back. This allows the opportunity to create a guessing game for your opponent in order to have the best chance of breaking out. Now, each submission is going to have a variety of segments. Some have just 2, some have up to 5. It really all depends on your fighter's submission defense and your opponent's submission offense skill. When you're in a submission that has more stages to work with, you're often given more leeway to try and figure out a best strategy for escape. You can attack all 4 throughout the first couple stages before really focusing on what areas you want to try and hit in order to escape the submission better. But you have to remember that as your opponent does move on to later stages in the submission attempt, your progress is going to take a hit going back to the middle, requiring you to make up some of the ground. Now, the more you go in the earlier stages, the less you have to deal with towards the end. And that really helps when you're dealing with a 4 or 5 stage submission. Now, unfortunately, not all submissions are made equal, and sometimes you only have 2 or 3 stages to work with. When you're in that predicament, you need to figure out your focus right away. You can't actually take the time. However, it doesn't mean you can't break free. When you're in this situation, instead of attacking all 4, you're going to want to quickly attack 3, rapidly making your opponent guess as to which direction you're going to go. When employing this strategy, it's going to make it as difficult as possible right off the bat for your opponent to be able to accurately block your escape attempt. By moving the chosen break walls in rapid succession, your opponent's more likely to pay attention to blocking attempts as opposed to any advancement opportunities in the submission. Now, it's not a guarantee that you'll never be submitted due to various skill levels, but these strategies are sure to give you the best chance of avoiding the embarrassing tap-out loss. So let us know how well you fared in the octagon, and be sure to subscribe to Sports Gamers Online for more great UFC 3 content.